Yo, what is happening? Welcome in to episode 15 of Sitting with Theed. I'm getting a bit naughty with these notes, I must be honest. They're getting so elaborate that it makes for good content, but it makes for heavy reading while I'm sitting here trying to read it quickly, summarize, and then speak about it. So wish me luck. I think I need to buy some highlighters. I think some highlighters are in order. But phew. Maybe I just need a bigger pad. Maybe I need to I don't know what I need. But welcome to the new space, by the way. This is the new layout. I have hidden some of the mess that you may have been able to see if there weren't things in the way. But for now, this is what my new space looks like. So just behind the projector, if you're listening to the podcast, obviously you won't be able to see. But if you're watching it on YouTube, I've got my bed's just behind the projector, and we can chat about it on stream. But welcome to the new space. This is where the new podcast episode is going to be recorded, and for the near future. So yeah, I hope you like it. The sun was blaring 5 minutes ago, and it was so bright in here that I switched off all the lights because it was bright enough. And then literally as I click record and sit down to come and do the podcast episode, it goes behind a huge amount of clouds. So now I've put all the lights back on. I don't know if it's going to get super bright in here. We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully the lighting stays consistent. So this week was great. It was my first week that I have spent working and streaming in absolute ages. Over the last 5 months since I've arrived in the UK, end of November, all I've needed to worry about is sleeping, eating, and streaming. That's pretty much been my life. And now I was up at 6 a.m. every day this week, which just, I know to some people like, that's my normal life. But okay, fair enough. But it was a big adjustment for me, and so this week has been tough on an energy level, but mostly just because I've been busy, and so the level of concentration and focus and productivity have all been good. But yeah, I've been a bit tired. Because I haven't been able to just sleep sleep as much as. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about that now. I sound spoiled. So this week was good. I still managed to host Monday, Wednesday, and Friday streams. On Monday and Friday, of course, we did King of the Pit. Both sessions only went regulation time, 5 rounds. We only hosted 10 rounds of King of the Pit this week, which was quite abnormal. At least one of them, we usually run more than 5 rounds. But on Monday, regulation rounds, my lumps won again. But this time, Hein was safe. And Trebs was not. Trebs got banned from the stream on Monday. It was pretty funny. I managed to clip a moment where I said, "Hey Trebs, say something in the chat." You can't. It was a little bit toxic, I get it, but it was funny at the time. That clip's available on Discord if you do want to see it. Friday again, regulation wins, but this time it was slap squeeze, taking round 2 and 4, which was enough. I found I made a discovery this week, and I think it's some sort of a secret for content creators out there on Twitch. If you're struggling to get followers, design a game that lets you ban your current followers and encourages them to make a second account so that they can still continue to watch you and engage in your chat. So that was funny, I thought. Easy new followers. I've got EZ new followers here. Hilarious. So that was it. Slap Squeeze won. And Slap Squeeze, he banned Freshers. Freshers _Z. And it was sad. But the man had to study on that day, and so Freshers got the boot from Slap Squeeze, and that was King of the Pit for the week. Monday, okay, we're going back to Monday's stream. Monday, good conversations had this week. I've had some good conversations, and I realized that this week, I don't know. I'm finding my feet again, and I'm finding the content creator I love being. And it's such a funny evolution that you go through as a streamer. And there's so many things that I spoke about this week that, you know, I've been a streamer for a really long time, and it's not that I'm an expert. It's not that I know everything, but I do know some things. I've obviously been exposed to a lot of stuff, and it's weird to see where I am in comparison to where I was. And it's something that used to happen quite a lot, was I would have some conversations about streaming, and it hasn't happened for a long time. But I don't think it's anyone's fault. It's just because I feel as if the people who are joining now, we've already had those conversations. But of course, every new stretch of a journey, you have new people joining who haven't had those discussions with you. So I'm trying to consciously make an effort to encourage these conversations with the new people who might not know these things. So this week in particular, there were a lot of good conversations throughout the streams, and that was good. I appreciated that a lot. So Monday, it was lots of good conversations were had. The streaming struggles because of my day at work. Yeah, so I was tired. Waking up at I woke up at okay, it was 20 to 6 on Monday, but because I was stressing, we had to go and fetch one of the employees, and we needed to be there by 7:30 because the morning route, everything had to be delivered by 8:30. So it was just stress, and I was taking my brother to work, fetching this lady that I was working with, and then going through a work day, which was quite something. We played casuals. We played casuals with a bunch of peeps. Firstly, we played. I played twos with Ash. Ash and I were whooping some asses, and then Alex, Ash, and myself were jamming some threes, and then Alex had to leave, and Chopper, Ash, and myself were jamming. Did some explaining on Monday. Ball cam versus not a ball cam. And then we went on to have lots of private games. Privates with Ash, Capes, Nino, Pammy joined, Mr. Wobblin, Kian, and we were just jamming, rotating, and having a bunch of casual games. But there were some sweaty games between Nino, Capes, Ash, and myself. Pretty crazy. So Monday was a great stream. I was quite impressed with myself that I managed to last the full 4 hours. I didn't think I was going to make it. I started off by the stream by saying, I don't know if I'm going to, but we did. We just cracked on and did what we needed to. So that was cool. Wednesday stream, I managed to get the heart rate monitor working, which was very cool. And I peaked at 113 on Wednesday. Usually we play workshop maps only, but because of this new tool that we were trying out for science, we decided to play some ones. I played 5 ones games, ranked. I won 1 and lost 4. So if that doesn't explain the heart rate, I don't know what does. I did, of course, play workshop maps. So noob dribble. I was 1 minute faster than I was the previous week. LJK spent his channel points and made me play with the battle bus, which is a Fortnite van, the one that drops the people. And that was in Dribble 2 Overhaul. And I managed to get to level 18, even though I wasn't playing with my preferred vehicle. So that was cool. Got to level 18, not too bad. We also tried out Lethamir's latest Neon Heights rings, which was fun, interesting, colorful, difficult. Getting to level 19, which was quite an accomplishment, but I didn't do the whole air roll button. I was just like, and got there in the end. I also played air dribble hoops and finished up to level 7. It's level 5 that is really tough, because you have to basically, the ball bounces and you've got to catch it and drive it like basically straight up, and managed to get that done. So up to level 7, which was good considering the time constraint, because on Wednesday I had to fetch one of these things. Someone was dropping it off, and I've got 2. There's another one on the other side. It's a bedside table, and it was at 7 o'clock, which is when I finished my stream. So I finished at like 6:58, so I could go and fetch this thing. So yeah, Wednesday was good, lots of fun. I'm really enjoying workshop maps. I'm having so much fun, and I'm seeing the difference that it's making in my gameplay. Mechanics, groundwork, aerial, it's just all over it. It's really cool and exciting. So I'm gonna keep workshop map. I think I've said this like 2 or 3 times in the podcast, but I'm enjoying it that much. I really am. Friday, we played ones tourneys. I managed to host 3 tournaments on Friday. Unfortunately, Spectate is still broken, which is super annoying, but there's not much that you can do about it. In the first tournament, I had a huge semi-final against LJK, and then went on to the final versus Ash. I won game 1. Ash came back and smashed me in game 2. We were in a very tense game 3. I was down 2 goals, and my heart rate was up to 119. Going through the VODs, video on demand, that was the highest number I saw. My heart rate getting up to, and that was in the game against Ash. 119. I did manage to clutch the win, winning the first tournament. 22 went into a final against the season 14 GC. I think their name was Kickoff 2.0. They clapped me in game 1. Game 2, there was a huge catch. As the clock went 0-0-0, it was 4-5. He scuffed the shot. I managed to catch it and dribble it all the way from my side of the field and put it in the goal. I exclaimed, "Workshop maps, baby!" And so that was my equalizer, and so I won game 2 in that final. We went into game 3. It was another overtime, 4-4, and the kickoff attempted an aerial, which just missed. I managed to take it down and score the winning goal. So I won both the first and second tournament. Then came tournament 3. The first time ever we've had an ESL monthly elite join the ones tourneys, and of course I lost 6-3, which was pretty respectable. I made some stupid mistakes, but was punished for them. And the person had joined the chat and said thank you for the games, well played, and managed to convince the other finalist to join a private so that we could spectate and cast the final tournament. And we did that. I casted and we watched this ESL monthly elite win both the first and second game, winning the final tournament. So Friday was great, lots of fun, lots of sweaty ones action, but in the end it was all good in the hood. So my first week at work /IRL. Sheesh. All right, and we've got a category here now for in real life stuff. So my first week at work was pretty stressful. On Sunday, you may have heard me mention that I went to fetch the van. Woke up early on Monday. I did find myself with a fair amount of free time between the morning delivery and the afternoon delivery. So I did spend some time on socials making notes about the streams. Napping. I napped a little bit. There was this one time where I napped. I also got to go shopping. For them because they need groceries and sometimes are short on some items. So, which was quite cool because I'm being forced to be exposed to new products that I'm not familiar with, and I'm starting to understand where the shops, how the layouts work, how things work. So it's been a really good week, a good first week at work. The hours are very unstructured at the moment, so they only needed me this whole week, and I think I've only got one work shift next week. So, but I'll speak about that in a second. New experiences. We went on the highway by accident, so we had to go and buy some stuff at the hardware store, my brother and I, because there was the covering that they had implemented in the restaurant so that they could use this outside area with the correct COVID restrictions to make it acceptable as a restaurant. We went to buy these like covers. I don't know what you would call them, but they're like made out of like a hard plastic. So we pack it into the back and we try and leverage it. So the length of the van isn't quite long enough for it to fit straight. So we put them at an angle. And they were a bit fragile. So my brother says, you know what, I'm just going to sit in the back and hold them. It's not far to drive. Just put on Google Maps and follow wherever she says you should go. So I do. And then we end up on the highway. My first experience on the highway, I've got my brother in the back of the van holding these things. And I've never been on the highway, yeah, let alone have driven much on the road. So that was a fun stress. I kept breaking out, giggling to myself, thinking about my brother in the back while I'm busy going through my first experience on the highway. And then as soon as we arrived at the restaurant, he asked, as I opened the door, he says to me, did we win the rally? Sarcastically. I've now learned how to take the bus like a pro. I walk up to the bus driver and I said, this is where I'm going. He looked very confused, but I stood there acting as if I knew what I was doing. And it seemed to, it's just this like belief in yourself. And then they're like, don't question, because they're like, well, he seems confident, so whatever he's saying, he must, you know. It's the life hack. You just need to back yourself. You just need to back yourself. Long days. I had laptop woes. My laptop decided to go beep, beep, beep. So I panicked, sent Havoc a message, and on, when was it? Was it Wednesday night? I opened it up and found a little piece of plastic stuck in one of the, I don't know what it was actually stuck in. Whatever was beeping, whatever was causing the beep. So removed that, put my laptop back together, and we are here recording and managed to stream on Friday with it. So everything seems to be back to normal. My new room layout, which I spoke of briefly, I'm getting a new bed. So the new bed's going there, and the way that everything was set before, it wouldn't have fitted. So I had to move everything yesterday, which was an absolute drama. I can't believe how many cables, so many cables. LAN cables, HDMI cables, power cables, USB cables. It's just lots of cables. All right. So that was this past week. Very interesting work week, mixed with streaming, mixed with just life experience. It's been a really good but hectic week. And it was the first time in 6 months that I was looking forward to actually having a weekend, because I've just basically been existing on a weekend over the last 5 months because I've had no pressure. There was Monday to Friday to Saturday. It didn't really matter. The only thing that mattered was what I was doing on that day. So yeah, it was good to have an adulty. I was adulting good, hard and proper this week. So this next week, again, I don't know exactly what's happening with work. As far as I understand, I'm only working tomorrow, which is Monday, and it's just one delivery, and then I'm free for the rest of the week. So I do need to get to bed early still to keep my schedule. I do think I might do some spontaneous streams this week. I haven't planned anything, but I'm saying that I might be doing something. All right? Okay? Deal? I do have scheduled, of course, a Monday through to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm keeping it the same as per usual up until when I know what's happening with work. So it may become a bit tedious or boring. Like, you're just doing the same thing over and over, because I don't know what's happening with work, all right? So because I don't want to restructure everything, and then 2 weeks down the line, I can't even adhere to that schedule. So Monday, King of the Pit, to start off the session, and we'll go on to be playing with the taxpayers. Wednesday, I'm going to continue playing workshop maps, trying to beat my previous scores, and I think I might restrict myself to specific times, like half an hour or an hour, and then move on to the next one. We'll see how that goes. Friday, of course, King of the Pits as well, and we'll play some more 1s, 20s, because that's what we do. I did announce on social media that the weekend of the 14th, which is like 2 weeks from now, we'll be playing lots of Subnautica, so because Below Zero will be its full release is that weekend. So it'd be great, but I'll talk about that next episode as well, just to remind you. But that's a lot of information and a longer episode than usual, but there was a lot to share with you today, so I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope you like the new space. I can't do much about it if you don't. Maybe move the table into that corner, but it's just like to do this was a lot of time, mission, effort, and everything. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to episode 15. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next episode. Have a great week and travel safely, be safe, and I hope everything is going okay for you. Thanks for coming to hang out. Cheers.